Welcome back to Star Wars Rebellion. We're playing the Empire. We know where the Rebel base is, and we're going to go there pretty much right now. It's actually the Rebel Alliance turn, but they have only one leader in the leader pool. They have no ships or anything to move around. So they're going to pass, which means it goes back to us. So let's get doing our actions. We still have 3 leaders in our leader pool, and we also have a mission left to do, so let's get to it. And we might as well finish off our final mission with Tarkin here. It's Construct Factory. Resolve in any Imperial system. Place units on the build queue using the system's resource icons and number. If there's a sabotage marker in the system, remove the marker before resolving this ability. And it's a resolve, so it can't be resisted. Let's get to it. I think we know where this is going to happen. And of course, the system Tarkin's going to go into is this one here, Sullust. So we will remove the sabotage marker. We got it fixed, Tarkin's help. And then we get to place units in the build queue using the system's icons if there's a sabotage marker. So there we go. So we're going to be placing a Stormtrooper and an AT-AT into our build queue in position 2. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, we're out of Stormtroopers, but we're going to go ahead and snag one off Endor here because we don't need them. So you can sabotage units out on the board to place them in the build queue. So we'll put that Stormtrooper here in 2 and the AT-AT. So now we've got a whole bunch of stuff in the build queue. I don't know if we're going to get to it because we only have a couple of turns left before the end of the game. We're trying to get, I think, the Death Star over to Yavin and blow it up real good. If we can, we may not have the time. Alright, so the Rebel Alliance has passed, so it's back to us. We still have 3 leaders in the pool. Let's get to doing some stuff. Alright, so we know where Yavin is, so we probably want to take in a leader that's going to give us the best odds of battling at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and use Yularen. He gives us 2 combat for space, 2 combat for ground cards. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do the combat correctly this time. We do space, ground, and alternate. So let's go ahead and, well, I mean, I'm assuming we know where the base is. It's at Yavin, pretty much. So let's go ahead and move stuff in there and get a battle going. Alright, I've zoomed out quite a bit because we have Yularen here. He goes into the system. He's got, of course, the icons to let him activate ships. We're going to be moving anything into there. You can't move ships that have, of course, leaders in the space. There's no leaders here at Dantooine. So we're going to take the assault carrier. Oh, we can't. Never mind. That's not. We're taking this assault carrier, I meant. Dathmor, the 2 TIE fighters, and the 1 Rebel trooper. We're going to drop him on the ground. We're also moving in the Star Destroyer from Mandalore, the AT, and we are also going to dump in the Stormtrooper, which means, I don't know if you can see Mandalore here. Mandalore is going to revert to neutral status because we have no units there, but we don't care. We want to take out the Rebel base. Is it the Rebel base? And the Rebel Alliance player goes, yep, you finally found it. Yavin is the Rebel base. So we're going to put this card up here. We're going to move all those troops down onto Yavin. And then I guess we're going to be getting into a battle. Alright, so we have everything set up. They are going to throw in Landau Calrissian is going to show up here as well. He's 2 and 2, and so are we. So I guess we are the aggressor. We're going to grab our cards first. So we're going to get 2 air combat or space combat cards. We'll give the deck a shuffle. And then we're going to get 2 ground combat cards as well. So our 2 air combats. Let me just grab a couple here. Let's see what we get. We get outmaneuver, discard 1 space tactic. To block up to 2 damage, I like that one, and concentrate fire, re-roll up to 2 of your dice. Okay, that's not bad. It's not bad to have. We have a lot more space ships than the Rebels. They just have 2 X-Wings, a Y-Wing. We have an assault carrier, Star Destroyer, 2 TIE fighters. It's gonna be interesting. Alright, and then we also get 2 ground attack assault cards. So let's see, grab a couple of those as well. Let's see what we get here. So for our ground attack cards, we have escape plan. During the combat round, your units can retreat, ignoring transport restrictions. Huh, okay. We're not going to retreat, and we can block 1 damage for ground. Okay, cool. Like it. Alright, those are our cards for space and ground. Now we have to figure out what the Rebels get for space and ground cards. They get 2 and 2 as well. However, not only do they get 2 and 2, but they also have 2 shield generators. Start of each battle, start of each ground battle step, draw 1 tactic card. So they're going to draw 2 tactic cards for the start of the ground battle. ion cannon during each space battle step, your opponent re-rolls 2 fewer red dice. So, we're going to figure that out. We're going to come back. They're going to be drawing up their cards in secret, and then we're going to start rolling some dice and getting into it. Alright, it's time to start our space battle. We are, of course, up first because we are attacking. Reach right across. I'm going to grab the dice tray. The dice tray fits nicely, I do believe, right there, sitting on top of the mirror. Alright, yeah, so we got to figure out what we're rolling. In space, we have an assault carrier. Let's check all this stuff out. Our assault carrier gives us a black and a red die. Now remember, we have 2 less red die because they've got an ion cannon. Black and red die. We have 2 TIE fighters. That's a couple of black dice. And we also have a Star Destroyer, which is going to give us 1 black and 2 red. So I'm just going to give us 1 black, and the 2 red is negated because of the ion cannon. So we're actually rolling 4 black dice and 1 red die. And we have outmaneuver, and we have re-roll up to 2 of your dice. So let's go ahead and roll up our dice and start assigning some damage and things. Ooh, that actually looks pretty good. So we have a direct hit. We have 1, 2, 3 regular hits and a crossed symbol. We can re-roll up to 2 of our dice or discard. We can discard 1 space tactic card from your hand to block up to 2 damage. So we might want to think about that because they're going to be retaliating here shortly. Okay, what are we going to do with our hits? We're going to put the direct hit, well, the 2 black dice are going to be for the X-Wings. The red hit is going to go on the Y-Wing because the Y-Wing, I do believe, has 2... oh no, the Y-Wing has 1 black health. Oh, well. We're going to put the direct hit and the other hit onto the Y-Wing then. The X-Wings also have 1 black health. And yeah, there you have it. So we've assigned all of our hits. We've got this. We can draw another card. So we will draw another card from the space combat deck, and we get deal 1 damage. So, and I can't remember if we can play that right now, but I don't think we need to. We've got a lot of damage assigned. So let's go ahead and have the Rebel Alliance roll their dice in retaliation. And they're going to play their block 1 damage defensive card. Yeah, they're going to play this right now, block a damage. So they're going to block a damage on an X-Wing. So that doesn't happen. Alright, away goes that card. So, yeah, trying to keep everything straight. A little bit fiddly with all the cards, but again, I'm trying to keep things organized here. Alright, they will be rolling 2 black dice and 1 red die for the Y-Wing in retaliation. So that's what they're rolling. So let's go ahead and roll up their dice and see what they do. And they get 1 direct hit, a red hit, and a black hit. So the black hit they're going to put on an X-Wing. They're going to do the direct hit on our assault carrier, and the other hit on the assault carrier, which would destroy it. Alright, what do we have? We have... okay, we are going to play outmaneuver, which is discard 1 space tactic card from your hand to block up to 2 damage. So we're going to discard the concentrate fire card. So we discard those, and that allows us to block up to 2 damage, which is right on. So we're going to block 1 damage off the X-Wing and 1 off of our assault carrier. So that means we've lost nothing. So the end of the space combat round, they are losing their Y-Wing, and an X-Wing gets destroyed. They still have 1 X-Wing in space. Yeah, they still have an X-Wing in space, and we take 1 damage on our assault carrier, and we still have our full complement of space stuff. On we go now to the ground combat. So that the ground combat, they have 2 shield generators, which gives them at the start of each ground battle step, which is right now, draw a ground tactic card. So they do 2 for Lando Calrissian at the start of each combat. So they get to draw 2 extra ground assault combat cards, which they have done. So there's that. And yeah, all right. Cool. So we're on to the ground combat. So we just basically have an ATST, which gives us 1 red, 1 black, and we have 2 stormtroopers. So we're going to be rolling 3 black dice, and we're going to be rolling 1 red die, I believe. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. So this is our attack for the ground. Oh, I know it's taking a long time. Let's go ahead and do a ground attack. Ooh, and again, I think I like the looks of all of this. So for our ground attack, yeah, I don't know. So we have a direct hit. We're going to put the direct hit on the snow speeder, or the ice speeder, ground speeder. The red hit on the ground speeder because it takes 2 to knock it out, I believe. Yeah, it has 2 red. And then we have a crossed symbol, so we're going to draw another ground combat card. Maybe it will help us out. We get re-roll up to 2 of your dice. Well, that may come in handy later. It's not going to come in handy right now. We also have another hit going to go on one of their troopers. All right, they get to retaliate pretty heavily here. They've got 3 troopers, giving them 3 black dice. An airspeeder is going to give them a black and a red. So they're going to be rolling 3 there and a black and a red. So they're going to be rolling a black and red. So I'll put a damage on the trooper, and I'm trying to use the dice as damage. So this trooper is actually damaged unless they end up blocking it. All right, this is their pool. They're going to be rolling 4 black, 1 red. A gap back against us. Okay, let's see what we can do. And what can they do? They have a lot of stuff happening. All right, they have a whole bunch of cards too. All right, so they're going to play Take It Down with their crossed light same symbol. That was not a light symbol, that was a hit. Frick, I can't remember. I think it was a hit. So they're going to be doing 2 damage to 1 unit. And they're going to be doing 2 damage to our ATST. What a shocker. And then we go ahead and we're going to play block 1 damage from our cards. So I'm just going to go ahead and put 1 damage on the ATST. So there's 1 damage on it. And then they have 2 more hits for our 2 troopers, another red hit on the ATST. They would overload the ATST. It looks like we're losing everything. By the look of it, unless we can do anything else to block. Escape plan is not going to help us. During the combat round, your units can retreat, ignoring transport restrictions. I mean, we can retreat our units back to... no, we can't. We have nowhere to retreat to, so we're screwed. All right, we've got to stay there. Yep, 2 dice, deal 1 damage. All right, I think we're pretty much finished with that. And so we're at the end of that. So they... that's the end of the combat round. Oh, they also have critical hit card, which they would play. They would put another damage on their ATST just to make damn sure it disappears. And they also have another critical hit card. They'll put another one on one of our troopers. So yeah, they have absolutely annihilated us basically on the ground. We kind of knew that because we didn't have much going in. So we clean up the mess. They couldn't block any damage on their airspeeder though, so they end up losing the airspeeder, which is actually good for us. Airspeeder's gone. They lose 1 trooper, and unfortunately we lose all of our ground troops. The ATST and the 2 troopers are wiped out. So we had a very weak attack. We still have a space battle to conclude, because we're still out there doing that stuff. All right, turn the camera off, and then we're going to go back into the next round of combat. Okay, next round of combat, we are back in the same situation. We roll 2 fewer red dice. We have a damaged assault carrier, but it's still kicking around. Black and red for that one. Black and red for the assault carrier. Our 2 TIE fighters, 2 black dice. And the Star Destroyer would then be, I think, a black and 2 red. It is 1 black, 2 red, but we don't get the 2 red because of the ion cannon. So we're rolling 4 black and 1 red. I think I got that right. Do I have 2 ties? Assault carrier, yeah. All right. So, and we also have a critical hit card for us, deal 1 damage. So we should be able to knock the 1 X-Wing out of the sky. We'd certainly hope so. So we're going to go ahead and grab another card, because it might be something good for brilliant strategy. Draw 2 tactic cards from either deck. or one from each. Well, okay, we didn't get that anyway. But we're going to use our concentrated fire, deal the damage. We're going to make darn sure that that one X-Wing never comes back. So we're going to be dealing a damage to the X-Wing, and then we have well, we have 2 direct hits, so we're doing 3 damage to the X-Wing. Let's see if they can block any of that. I have a funny feeling they cannot, but they do get to retaliate, so they would be rolling 1 black die, which might do something, I don't know. They do absolutely nothing. So we basically obliterate that X-Wing. It is now absolutely roasted right out of the sky. They got no way to block anything or do anything, so they're done. And that's the end of the combat. We did not take Yavin. They still have 2 troopers there, and we have a Star Destroyer, and now the damage on our assault carrier goes away. We have 2 TIE fighters. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I think we can take them if we can get over there. Alright, that's the end of that. The combat took longer than I suspected it would, but there you have it. We still have 2 more leaders for moving units, so let's get to that. Alright, we have 2 leaders left in our pool. Of course, the Rebel Alliance has passed already, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take Fel, and we're going to get him moving the Death Star. Oh yes, so we're going to activate the system here. We're going to move the Death Star in here with the 4 TIE fighters. It can carry 8 units, so 4 TIE fighters is nothing. There's nothing the Rebel Alliance can do about it. If we can get our Death Star over here next turn, if the Rebels don't win at the end of this turn, I think we can blow it up real good. Alright, we have 1 leader left, so let's get to moving some more units, I think. And the final leader in our leader pool is Piet. He's going to go out there. He's also going to start moving some ships towards Yavin. Oh, the noose is tightening just very, very nicely. So, the Star Destroyer comes in here with Piet. Then X-Wing, our TIE Fighter, Assault Carrier, and we're taking all these units, 2 AT-STs, and a couple of Stormtroopers come in here. Boom! We also subjugate the planet because that's what the Empire does. They don't fool around. They just come right in here and stomp on the ground. Anyone in there? Boom! This is a loyal system anyway, so it doesn't revert to anything. And there you have it. And that's the end of the movement. That's the end of our turn, basically, because we can't do anything else. We run out of leaders in the leader pool, and so we're going to be getting into the refresh phase here in a moment. So yeah, let's get to that. Alright, it's the moment of truth. We're at the start of the refresh phase. And does the pesky Rebel Alliance have anything to say for themselves? Let's have a quick look. Nope. 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 And nope. So, haha, the Rebel Alliance does not get any influence in the galaxy at the start of the refresh phase. Excellent. Oh boy, which means we're going to be going into another turn. But I'm going to end the episode off here today. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. This is Star Wars Rebellion. We're playing as the Empire. We've got the little pesky rebels cornered. They only have 2 troopers left. Next move, we're going to be able to move in the Death Star. And of course, with the Death Star, we have Super Laser Online, and we can actually just blow Yavin up. So that's probably what we're going to do. We also have another Star Destroyer. I think we have the win, unless somehow the Rebel Alliance can pull out another influence somewhere. So thanks so much for watching along. We'll see you next time for the continuation, Star Wars Rebellion. I do believe we got 1 episode left. It's going to be one or the other, because at the end of the turn, the 2 markers are going to meet. And if the Rebel Alliance can pull something out of their hat, then they might pull out a win as well. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Star Wars Rebellion, where we are the evil Empire.